Well, hey y'all are this afternoon. This is your buddy George Jones over at the Bergen Gun Range with my next installment on, hey, I got this old used gun. The old used gun I got today is this guy. The Hawthorn Viking 12 gauge pump shotgun. Now, this is a pretty straightforward, standard, everything you'd expect to see in a commercial sporting shotgun. This one says Hawthorn Viking Montgomery Ward Company, and it's model Viking V450, model 450. The Viking is a gun that Montgomery Ward sold for about 5 years. It has some attributes of a high standard pump, but it also has some attributes of a later shotgun that was marketed by Weatherby. It's got the Weatherby shotgun style magazine, or the slide release on it up here. Other than that, it's a pretty straightforward looking gun. Has a big button back here for the safety. You can't miss that one. Slide release is this button right here. Okay. This button right here, there you go, slide release. Other than that, it's just a pretty straightforward looking gun. Has some of the attributes of an 870, some of the attributes of a high standard Flight King, and you know, like that. It's just a pretty straightforward shotgun. So we're going to shoot this guy right here and find out what it actually shoot-a-tates like. It's got a plug in, holds 3. The barrel is marked full choke. Let me get me some ear mufflers on here, so if I can get it worked out here. I've got a 10-inch Dirty Bird target up at 15 yards, so we're going to pattern it on that guy and see how close to the center I can get on it. 28-inch full choke, standard bead, no vent. Got one in it. Let's see how it actually shoot-a-tates. Whoa. Hey. Hey, what did you say this gun was? How much?
100.5.
I'll take it. I'll take it. Let's go down here and look at our pattern. Oh yeah, that's meat. That's 7.5 dove load from Walmart at 15 yards. Yeah, and it says full on there, buddy, and it means it. That's a pretty good pattern right there. That yeah. Yeah. That's a pretty good old gun right there. That's that, boys and girls, is quite a little pattern right there. That's a pretty good pattern. That's only 15 yards, but that killed anything you shot at it. You know, at 25 yards, you wouldn't be having any trouble at all killing a dove with that pattern. You know, at 20 yards, you wouldn't have any trouble at all killing a rabbit with that pattern. That'd knock a squirrel out of a pretty tall tree. That's a pretty good shooting gun for $150. This gun comes to us courtesy of Apache Armaments over in Lebanon, Kentucky, and out on the gun show circuit. This gun sold new for $49. 1969, it's 1965. This gun sold for $49, $59 out of their catalog. It didn't hold much of a used value at all. Today, this gun blue books for somewhere around $140. So it's not exactly what you call a really valuable gun until you get to trying to bring in game. And apparently this individual gun will have quite a bit of value as a hunter. It's got a plug in it, It's not too bad to shoot, and the recoil's not horrible. I'll put 2 or 3 in it and just see how it shoots really. When you're concentrating on something, it's hard to tell what the recoil is. When you're shooting something just to find out what the recoil is, that's when you really find out what the recoil is. Okay, Combatate load 1. I see these around from time to time on the used commercial market, and every time I ever saw one, it was chopped off at 18 inches. People would buy them because they were a cheap gun, because they didn't have much resale value, and chop them off and make homemade riot guns out of them. Let's see what it shoots like. Okay, so it's got some recoil, but it's a game getter. You see one of these guys around, and it's priced like $150, and it ain't been cut off. It's probably worth the money. This one certainly is, just on the basis that it shoots good. Well, all right then. That's about the size of that for the old Ward's Viking pump shotgun. Like I say, share, fire, commentate, and subscribe. Leave me an old $1 in the Patreon bucket if you like my content. And if you don't like my content, don't watch it. And we'll see you when we see you. Bye, y'all.